You've been told that the push-up is the ultimate indicator of upper body strength. You've done hundreds, maybe thousands of them, but let's be honest, your chest isn't growing. Your shoulders feel clicky, and your strength has hit a wall that feels impossible to climb. Most people think a push-up is just moving from point A to point B. They think more reps equals more progress. But here's the cold, hard truth. 90% of people, even those who consider themselves fit, are unknowingly performing a version of the push-up that actively works against their anatomy. If you aren't seeing results, it's not because you're weak. It's because you're doing them wrong. In the next 10 minutes, we are going to dismantle your form and rebuild it from the ground up. By the end of this video, you won't just do more push-ups. You'll finally unlock the explosive strength and muscle mass that this legendary exercise has been promising you for years. Before we fix your form, we need to fix your mindset. There's a common story in the fitness world. A beginner starts doing 20 push-ups a day. They see some initial pump, feel good, and decide to chase the 100. Soon, they're banging out 50, 80, 100 reps in a single session. But a strange thing happens. As the numbers go up, the actual muscle stimulation goes down. Their body, being the efficient machine it is, finds cheats to survive the volume. It shifts the load from the chest to the joints. It uses momentum instead of muscle fiber recruitment. Think of the Roman legionaries. They didn't just march. They marched with purpose and technical precision. If a soldier's form broke, he was vulnerable. Your training is no different. If you are chasing a number on a screen or a paper, you are training to be a calculator, not an athlete. The reason you aren't getting stronger is likely rep inflation. You're doing junk volume. We're going to stop that today. We are going to move from quantity to quality, and I promise you, 10 perfect push-ups will do more for your physique than 50 sloppy ones ever could. The biggest mistake, and the one most likely to land you in a physical therapist's office, is flaring your elbows out. When your arms create a T-shape with your torso, you're placing an enormous amount of stress on the subacromial space in your shoulder. In this position, you aren't just working your chest, you're grinding your rotator cuff. This is why many people complain of shoulder pain during push-ups. Not only is it dangerous, but it also mechanically disadvantages the pectorals. The fix: think of your body as an arrow, not a T. Your elbows should be tucked at roughly a 45-degree angle relative to your torso. This puts your shoulders in a centrated or neutral position, allowing the chest and triceps to produce maximum force without the joint grinding friction. A push-up isn't just an upper body exercise, it's a moving plank. If your hips are sagging or your lower back is arched, you've essentially disconnected your upper body from your lower body. When your core is soft, the energy you're trying to produce through your hands leaks out through your midsection. It's like trying to push a car with a wet noodle instead of a steel rod. You're losing power, and you're risking a lower back injury. The fix: you need to engage full body tension. Squeeze your glutes as hard as you can. Brace your core as if someone is about to punch you in the stomach. Your body should move as one solid unit from your heels to your head. If your chest doesn't hit the floor at the same time your hips are in alignment, you haven't completed a rep. This is the most common way people fake a full range of motion. Your brain wants to finish the rep, so it reaches with the chin. We call this the pigeon head. By craning your neck forward, you create an illusion of depth, but your chest is barely moving. This puts unnecessary strain on your cervical spine and deprives your muscle fibers of the stretch phase, which is where the most muscle growth occurs. The fix: pick a spot on the floor about 6 inches in front of your hands and keep your gaze there. Your neck should stay in a straight line with your spine. Your chest should be the first thing to touch the floor, not your nose, and certainly not your chin. Now that we've identified the strength killers, let's build the perfect rep. Hand placement. Place your hands slightly wider than shoulder width. Don't just rest your hands, screw them into the floor. This external rotation creates stability in the elbow and shoulder. The descent: lower yourself slowly. Take 2 full seconds to reach the bottom. This is the eccentric phase, and it's the secret to getting stronger faster. The bottom, pause for a split second. Don't bounce. Eliminate momentum. The ascent, push the floor away from you. Don't just think about moving your body up. Think about pushing the earth down. The lockout at the top. Don't just stop. Protract your shoulder blades, push through until your upper back rounds slightly. This engages the serratus anterior, a crucial boxer's muscle for shoulder health. If you can do 20 of these perfect reps, you are already stronger than most. But how do you keep getting stronger? You don't just add more reps, you increase the intensity. For beginners, start with incline push-ups hands on a bench. For intermediate, master the flat push-up with a 3-second descent. For advanced, elevate your feet for decline push-ups or move into archer push-ups to shift the load to one arm. Strength is a skill. Treat every rep like a practice session for a world record attempt. The push-up is a humble exercise, but it commands respect. If you stop doing push-ups and start mastering them, your strength, your posture, and your physique will transform in ways a bench press never could. If you found this breakdown helpful, hit that like button. Helps the algorithm show this to other people who are currently destroying their shoulders with bad form. Comment below. How many perfect reps can you actually do? Be honest. Most people find their number drops by half once they fix their form. Don't forget to subscribe to FitBeacon for more deep dives into the science of body weight strength. Stop training harder and start training smarter. I'll see you in the next one.